12:05 in the afternoon here on 90.3 FM. Good afternoon. Welcome on into the Wednesday edition of Helping Seniors of Brevard. I'm John Harper, and of course, Kerry Fink is with me. Good afternoon, Kerry. How are you?
I am good, John Harper, and on behalf of Joe Steckler, Kim Bernard, the entire Helping Seniors team, it's just great to be in here. And wow, John, I feel like we almost have a studio audience. We are like so packed in here, but we're still trying to do this the right way with social distancing. Our face masks are on, and we're going to have a great radio show because I'm happy to share a mic with none other than Jennifer Helin of Seniors Helping Seniors. Hello, Jennifer.
Good afternoon. How is everyone?
Yeah, it's a good day, isn't it? We have nice weather, and we also have in the studio with us none other than John Roberts, who is Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center. Hello, John. How are you doing today?
Hi, Kerry. I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing great, and excited about all the things that we're going to talk about on the radio today. And we also have an extra special guest. He's Chris Morse with Senior Travel USA, and he's heads up, or Travel Center USA. I think I said that wrong, but also he is correct that he is helping Seniors of Brevard Travel Club, and we're going to talk a little bit updates with the cruise and all that. Hello, Chris. How are you?
Glad to be here.
And so, John, we just have so much stuff to cover on today.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have one of our updates on the very latest with COVID-19 affecting Brevard County and the things that are happening here in our area and in the state. The governor had a press conference in which he fielded several questions. So let's give a listen to that, and then we'll be back with more of our show.
We, at the beginning of this month, we're looking for other ways to be able to get vaccines into communities for senior citizens. And so we launched a pilot project with Publix in 3 counties, Citrus, Hernando, and Marion, over 22 different stores. We had a good response from that, so then we've expanded the partnership, and we're now in counties in the Panhandle, in Southwest Florida, Palm Beach, Martin, St. John's, Volusia, Flagler, and so it's been good. So there's been over 242 different stores where folks can go in, get a vaccine, and usually that's within a mile or two of their homes, and so that's very convenient, particularly for elderly people. So today, we're happy to be able to announce that we're expanding the Publix program to include 8 Publix pharmacies in Indian River County. 11 Publix pharmacies in St. Lucie County. And so they're going to be offering the vaccine later this week. I believe tomorrow morning you'll be able to go online and sign up for appointments. And it's important to know this is by appointment only. And so get on there, get it. The appointments go very quickly. I mean, I think most people understand we're getting about 266,000 initial doses a week now. We obviously have demand that far outstrips that. So you got to get in early, get those appointments, but that will now bring us up to 261 Publix pharmacies in 20 different counties in Florida that are going to be offering COVID vaccines for senior citizens. And so this is a good progress. It puts it in even more communities, and now we have it from Palm Beach on the east coast of Florida, really all the way up, I believe, into St. John's. And so we've got a lot covered there. We've got a handful of counties on the southwest Florida coast, Panhandle counties, and then as well some on the Nature Coast. So we're going to keep doing that. It is by appointment only, so folks, just please understand that. Publix.com/COVID vaccine. The 2 sign-up windows this week. The first sign-up window is going to be Wednesday morning. So you go on, you'll be able to sign up, you'll be able to make an appointment now.
That's Governor Ron DeSantis talking about how the vaccine situation is progressing here in the state of Florida and in Brevard County, Kerry Fink. Nonetheless, more vaccines are on the way. Apparently, Amazon is going to be helping out in the distribution of the vaccines, and it's hoping that the amount of vaccines will become available here, not only in the state of Florida, but throughout the country. And that should start to come into effect probably by the end of this week. So
Well, it's good. It's good to hear that report that over 1 million seniors have received vaccines. And I know, as I'm thinking about it, two of you guys are right here. Chris Morse and you, John Harper, have both had, and of course, our president and founder, Joe Steckler, also has had his vaccine. And you guys have
Jim
had.
Votro had his as well.
Oh, so it's okay. So and Jennifer, have you had yours?
I have because I am home care.
Oh, so that's important. So actually, out of all of us here, it's what is it? There's 7 of us here today, or 6 of us here today, and 4 out of 6 have had.
4 out of 6.
I was never great at math, but 4 out of 6, and you guys 4 out of 6 recommend it, right?
And what I wanted to chime in this morning, Publix opened for vaccination appointments at 6 o'clock this morning, and I have talked to many of my caregivers. We've been trying to get all of our caregivers vaccinated and calling, Department of Health when they open. Wow. and Publix going online, not calling. If you tried to get in this morning and did not get through, you are not alone. You are not doing anything wrong. Everybody was having the same problem. My whole office was trying this morning from 4:30 on. 6 o'clock in the morning is when they actually opened.
Yep.
And none of us got through. So it's not just you. There's just a lot of demand and a small supply. So they are opening again for appointments tomorrow or Friday morning. I heard Friday morning.
Friday morning, yeah.
But,
So Friday morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't get up at 4:30 like we did, because it doesn't matter. As soon as that clock strikes 6 o'clock, maybe at 5:59, be on the computer and try to get an appointment. But it is difficult. Hang in there. Keep trying. But we had no success this morning either.
Yeah, and I was thinking, we've had this conversation before, Jennifer Helin, about all the things that have that we've experienced along the way with COVID, which is that the fact that if we take all the precautions, we wear the mask, we do the social distancing, we've managed to stay safe. And so if we just keep that up, the vaccines are coming, as we keep hearing. Both the president is saying and our governor is saying we're going to have a lot of vaccines. So a lot of this is just a little bit more patience, right? We've made it this far. Just be persistent. I remember we had that conversation with John Harper because he got his through the Brevard County Health Department.
Through the health department, yeah.
And you had to be very tenacious to get through on that as well.
I was, and somehow or another, though, I lucked out.
So we'll, 3 months, 4 months from now, we'll all be vaccinated, and we'll be like, remember those days? Ha, ha, ha. It'll be something like that. So, all right, so let's keep moving forward, because this is really exciting that we're all here together on the on this particular Wednesday. Every Wednesday, by the way, is Helping Seniors Radio Day, 12 noon on 90.3 FM, WEJF. And Jennifer Helin, just so we did a quick hello, but let's do a more proper hello so everybody gets to know who everybody is that we have today. So Jennifer Helin is the owner and has operated for like over a decade now, right? Seniors Helping Seniors.
Almost 9 years.
Yeah, and everybody gets us a lot confused because you also sit on the board of Helping Seniors, but we're the nonprofit that operates the county's information helpline, but you're the folks that actually go in and help people at home.
We do. We really do hire seniors to go out and help seniors. So all of our caregivers we go with AARP. They're 50 and over. Most of our folks are in their 60s or 70s. But we provide home care. We do light housekeeping, transportation, meal preparation, anything non-medical a senior might need, we help with.
Yeah, and we were talking before that particularly in this time of COVID, when people, maybe loved ones can't really travel in, they weren't able to get here over the holidays, maybe like they normally would plan to. And even so, it's a little bit tricky with the restrictions. There was a rumor flying around about maybe you're going to have proof of vaccination to fly domestically at some point. Who knows? They're going to try to keep us safe through all of it. But I know that's made it especially important for people to be able to get in touch with you to get help in their homes when they can't necessarily check in on their loved ones the way they want to.
Absolutely. We are eyes and ears on the ground, so to speak. So we can communicate with the family up in New York or Canada. and let them know how mom's doing, how she's looking. Because unfortunately, a lot of times when you talk to a senior, as the kid, oh, I'm fine, I'm good. They don't want to worry their family, so they're fine. When in all actuality, they might be fine or they might not be. And we can communicate what's happening, what we're seeing in the house, maybe taking them to doctor's appointments and relay information that way, if we have permission to do that, so that the family knows exactly what's happening and they have peace of mind. Even though they can't be here, they know that mom or dad, they're in good hands and they're being taken care of.
Yeah, and we're going to circle back and get your phone number in a minute, because I want people who are joining the show today to understand precisely how affordable that this is. This is not, you don't have to be super wealthy to be able to have good, safe, qualified help at home. It's real easy, and you guys really sit down and work with a family to come up with a plan that works for everybody. So as folks are grabbing a pen and paper to jot down a number, let's go ahead and give that phone number if they want to reach you guys at Seniors Helping Seniors of Brevard.
So give us a call at 321-722-2999.
Okay. And so let's also, because we're going to spend a lot of time talking about hearing today, and maybe what we're missing in hearing, because we have really, I would say, one of the county's preeminent experts. You're like board certified. I could just go on and brag about John Roberts from Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center, because you really understand everything about hearing and have really kept your ear to the ground, as it were, or whatever the right expression would be, about what's going on with hearing advances and things like that. And particularly, like we're all wearing masks, we've talked about the fact of having good hearing is even more important. So, John?
Yeah, Kerry, I'd like to think I'm up on all the subjects that have to do with good hearing. And the masks are a good example of, we've all experienced when we go to a convenience store or a place of business and the clerk has a mask on. Maybe there's a glass there and you hear a conversation going, but neither person can actually hear the other one. Now, for all those of us that hear well, maybe this is an example of what the hearing impaired people are tolerating or living with every day. And we've all had a good dose of isolation for the last year. Probably too much, and we all have a feeling of anxiety and a lot of stress because we're not able to interact with other people, which is so important, not just for seniors, but for everybody. But if you've been interacting and had a personality type for your whole life, and suddenly you find that you're unable to communicate the way that you did before, it will cause you to kind of stay at home and not go places and isolate. These two factors together enlighten some of the problems that we deal with every day with hearing.
Yeah, and I was thinking, maybe if somebody is home alone or not home alone, but they have other family members in the home with them, and now everybody's stuck inside the house, but the one that's having a little bit with the hearing challenges has got the TV cranked up to max volume. I guess it probably becomes a family issue that people need to get out and see you and say, because as I remember, you were telling me you guys will sit down with folks and help them do a hearing evaluation. There's absolutely no charge or obligation to just see where you are on the scale and maybe get a baseline, even if you don't need help right away.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do all day is bring people in and give them a good hearing evaluation and sit down and discuss the results, and they can go at their own pace with what the results and their recommendations are. But it is important to take that first step. It's a low pressure, a nice professional setting where they can come in, and we have a large office. We have about 4 fitting rooms, 2 testing rooms. So when you come into our office, you will be isolated. You're not going to be sitting in a waiting room full of people. And we're able to process you individually with one-on-one quality service. So the best place to start is to just come in and get a hearing test. We all go and get our teeth checked every year. We get our eyes checked every year. But how many of us actually go get a hearing test?
Yeah. Yeah, and like we were talking about with masks and things like that, it's really important that you're able to have good hearing. So in the second half of the show, we're actually going to tackle a topic that they're telling me from your office you really like to talk about, which is called brain hearing. So we're gonna really jump into that in the second half of the show.
Yeah, good. Brain hearing is an evolutionary hearing fitting process that has just been giving us incredible results.
Oh, good. That sounds like exciting stuff for us to talk about. But even before we get into that part of it, let's give a phone number, because Palm Bay you guys are right. Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center. You guys are literally right off of I-95 at the Palm Bay Road exit, and so it's convenient from really almost wherever you are. But how do you get in touch with you guys to maybe take a look or get information about making an appointment?
Yeah, that's right. You can see our store from the highway at the Palm Bay Road exit, right off of Culver Street. But you can call us at area code 321-369-9900.
Oh, good. And so also, before we get into the half-show break, let's bring on Chris Morse with the Helping Seniors Travel Club. Had a really good opportunity to talk with Chris yesterday, because I was asking him, I said, what is the latest and greatest in cruise travel? We keep hearing that cruise ships are supposed to be sailing on May 1st, and we've got exciting things coming up on May 30th with our Helping Seniors Foundation Cruise, which we're also going to talk about extensively in the second half of the show. But tell us, just in a nutshell, what's happening in the cruise world today?
Well, all the cruise lines are scheduled to start cruising on May 1st. That's their hope. The CDC has approved a lot of the items that the cruise lines will be doing once you get on board. Now, we can go through that really briefly when we come back after the break. So our May 30th, 2021 MSC cruise out of Port Canaveral is scheduled to go. And it's to help the Helping Seniors of Brevard Foundation. And we have a fantastic rate upgrade to balcony cabins, all-inclusive rates, just to help our seniors. We've been probably talking to probably 30, 40 seniors have called us, and they all want to go and travel. They've been cooped up for 9 to 10 months. They want to travel, get out, take a cruise. So our Helping Seniors Brevard Foundation cruise will be going out on May 30th.
Yeah, that's going to be so exciting. We're going to talk a little bit about that also in the second part of the show. But if somebody can't wait, what's the phone number to reach you guys?
Well, they can call Senior Travel or the Travel Club of Helping Seniors of Brevard at 321-978-5211. Chris and Betty, that's myself and my wife Betty, own the agency. We are seniors, so we know how to work with seniors. We are special needs certified, so we'd love to have you call us and get more information on the Helping Seniors of Brevard May 30th Travel Club Cruise.
Yeah, so now, Jennifer, I was going to ask you, because I know you do cruising as well, and we were talking about this in our house, that nobody got a real vacation last year with COVID. I guess it was probably the same for you guys.
No, we did staycations. We were in the house pretty much.
So this is now going to be time to make up for lost time in 2020. But we're going to get into that, and we're going to talk about brain hearing and so much more as we get into the second half of the Helping Seniors radio show. So stay right here at 90.3 FM WEJF Radio.
12:32 in the afternoon here on 90.3 FM. You're listening to the Wednesday edition of Helping Seniors of Brevard. Let's get back to more of the program. Here's Kerry Fink.
Thank you, John Harper. So actually, before we jump into the second half of this, let's grab a piece of paper and a pencil. I'm going to give you a couple of good dates that you want to know about. The first one is actually this Friday. Okay, so what's going on this Friday, you ask? It's time to get out of the house. We can do this safely because Nina Veruso of Platinum Events, who has been our friend for years, helped us do all of the senior expos. She's got one coming up on Friday, and she's going to do it safely. It's actually going to be a drive-through senior expo at the Melbourne Auditorium. It runs from 9 a.m. to 11:30. You will find us out there, so you look for your friends from Helping Seniors. What they're going to do is they basically hand you kind of like a goodie bag as you drive through. This is Jennifer Helin, by the way, from Seniors Helping Seniors. How are you, Jennifer?
I am wonderful.
Good. So have you been part of one of these drive-through events yet?
I have not yet.
Yeah. Nina said they did this for kids during, trick or treat time, and it worked out very, very well at the Melbourne Auditorium. So they asked her if she would put this together so seniors would have an opportunity, to go through and see some things and pick up a goodie bag, which instead of chocolates, which, well,
there might be some of those in there,
there
too.
could be, too. But you're going to get your copy of Senior Scene magazine. When you pull through, you're going to get information on the Helping Seniors car raffle. In fact, we're thinking we're going to take one of the cars out there so you can at least ooh and ah over it as you're driving through the line. And I think Chris Morse from the Helping Seniors Travel Club, you're going to be there with some flyers, and if somebody has questions about the cruise coming up on May 30th as well, because that's another good date to write down, by the way.
Yeah, we'll be there with flyers and more information.
Yeah, so that's going to be Friday morning, 9 a.m. to 11:30. So they'll have people there to direct you through. You're just going to stay in your car. Everybody's going to be socially distanced. So the idea is to get information into your hands, but to keep everybody safe at the same time. So then, like we were talking about before the break, the other date you want to keep in mind is May 30th, because that is the Helping Seniors Foundation cruise. But there's another date that you need to keep in mind as well. Right, Chris Morse? It's February 15th, because that is the moment by which you need to be deposited if you're going to take advantage of this unbelievable, great special offer that you were able to negotiate with MSC Cruises. So once again, explain quickly how that worked.
Well, we reached out to MSC Cruises to see if they would help the Helping Seniors of Brevard Foundation, and they came back and said, yes, we'd love to. We're going to offer you a inside cabin price that includes the cabin, port charges, gratuities, insurance, all inclusive. And then, because you'll be cruising on a Helping Seniors of Brevard Foundation cruise, you will get an automatic upgrade to a balcony cabin at no charge.
So you're actually buying the least expensive cabin on the ship and getting bumped up to a balcony cabin. That is an unheard of kind of thing.
I'll volunteer to be Julie, the cruise director.
All right, Jennifer, you're on.
You got it.
So, and here's the other thing, too, though, because a portion of those proceeds are going to go in and help us get working on the Helping Seniors of Brevard Foundation. And as you know, this has always been one of Joe Steckler's objectives for the Helping Seniors organization through the Senior Information Helpline. We help thousands of callers every year, free of charge, absolutely free of charge, with all kinds of things. Kim can tell you all about it. In fact, she usually writes a column in the Helping Seniors newsletter about the kind of calls that she gets. And we've helped everybody with things from finances to legal to financial to medical. And just because between her and Joe Steckler and Jennifer and all the people that are involved in helping seniors, you guys know where to try to point somebody in the right direction. And I'm surprised how often we actually are able to make a difference. So, yeah. So with that, let's go ahead and move forward into the conversation we wanted to have with John Roberts today, which is this topic that we started talking about before the break. Now, John, again, is a board-certified audiologist. He runs Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center, which, as we were talking about before the break, is right there at the Palm Bay Road exit off of I-95. So wherever you're coming from in the county, it's very easy to get over there to see you. But you've been doing this a long, long time, and we've done TV shows along the way. We've talked about a lot of different things. But this concept of brain hearing, that's a new one for me. What does that actually mean?
Brain hearing is a hearing aid technology that is in the process of being developed and improved for about 10 years by a company called Oticon. They're actually the largest hearing aid manufacturer in the world. They're based out of Copenhagen, Denmark. And the technology, to sum it up, involves, most people would say that you hear with your ears. Actually, you hear with your brain. Your ears are the transport mechanism to deliver the sound to the parts of the brain that are responsible for interpreting sounds and knowing what's in your environment. About 60% of what you'll hear in your right ear is processed on the left side of the brain, and about 40% stays on the same side. That serves as a focus tool, much as your vision would, so that you can get your depth perception, directionality. How do I know a sound is coming from the left-hand side or the right-hand side? Well, that sound will hit the left ear a fraction of a second before it hits the right ear, and the brain will interpret that.
Wow.
Also, there's a little bit more volume on the side that the sound is emanating from due to head shadow. So what happens if one ear is not hearing equally as well as the other ear? Well, you're not going to have that definition. You're not going to have that directionality or the focus. So in order to bring your hearing back to a normal level, just amplifying sounds would do very little to improve your ability to distinguish speech. But if you can amplify the sounds correctly for each ear, compress loud sounds, and have a hearing aid that knows where the sound is coming from and is able to correct that based on your prescription, we have found that the amount of improvement that we're achieving is by powers of 10 higher than what we had before this technology.
Wow.
It's really been a real milestone in hearing aid technology, and we use it every day.
You know, I think that was one of the things that you'd explained in some of the earlier television shows that you've done as well on the Helping Seniors TV network, which, by the way, let me just remind you, if you would like to catch up on those shows, you can find them. They're all archived on our website, helpingseniors.org, helpingseniors.org. If you're a YouTuber, you can find us right there on YouTube. Just look for the Helping Seniors of Brevard channel. Or if you like Facebook, there's a channel there that we have on Facebook where you can watch these videos as well. And I encourage you to do so. But one of the things I remember you talking about a lot, John, is the fact that people actually kind of often lip read to do the hearing, because when their hearing kind of starts to go soft or something, maybe that's a way that you compensate. Now with masks and everything else, that's becoming more of a problem. And then also, like you said, now if even the way that your ears are set up to work with this technology that they're now able to take advantage of, it seems like two things. One, that's why, like, some of these things, these offers you see on TV where it's probably just an amplifier, probably doesn't make that much help. But by taking a look at some real hearing instruments, you might be really able to hear in a whole way that you never would imagine. Yes,
the fact of the matter is that there really aren't any shortcuts to improve your hearing. There's a lot of people that are a lot of companies that are taking advantage of the fact that hearing loss is complex, but most people would think it's relatively simple to fix. It's just not the case. You have to have a solid hearing test. There's two different types of hearing loss. You have a conductive loss, which would involve some type of an impediment between the outer ear and the inner ear. And there's a nerve loss, which involves the cochlea. We have to know which type of hearing loss that is, first of all. Mm-hmm. Now, these companies, I've called some of them, and they'll go on to tell you that they can solve your hearing problems better than the audiologist can, but they don't even have a copy of the hearing test. They haven't met you. They don't know whether you have a problem with a conductive loss or a sensorineural hearing loss. So, it's like anything else. If you want to do things right, go with the tried and true. These companies that we deal with, Oticon, as I was talking about, there's about 6 other companies that make 90% of all the hearing aids that we wear today. And these companies spend billions of dollars on research and development, and they all depend on professionals to do the fitting, because if you put them into the hands of a layperson, they wouldn't know what to do with it as far as programming it and adjusting it and making sure that it continues to work and testing the hearing. We see our patients an average of 3 or 4 times a year, and each one of those visits we accomplish quite a bit in order to keep their hearing aids working properly and to make sure that they're getting the best results that they can get, because it's important. If you wear hearing aids and they're not working properly, a little speck of wax that you can't even hardly see can reduce the receiver's input and the microphone's output by 30 or 40%, and the user wouldn't even be aware of that, and that can result in permanent speech distortion. So we recommend you do it the right way. It might be a little bit more as far as money goes, but we have methods. We have payment plans. We have ways that I very seldom find somebody that'll come in and not be able to get a decent hearing aid even the ones that you see advertised on the internet and whatnot are still going to be at least a couple $1,000s, and we have hearing aids that are priced in that area, but you'll get the service with it.
Yeah, I was smiling because I'm recalling you were in the studio on the radio here with Joe Steckler, as was, probably sometime early last year. But I remember he had literally brought in his hearing aids that he had gotten from like the VA or something, and he was complaining that they just weren't functioning the way that he had hoped. And you. I mean, this is the value of an expert. You were able to sit there with a couple of tools that you scrounged up on hand and got him rolling.
Yeah, he had some good hearing aids there, but I don't think he was aware that there was a problem until I picked him up, looked at him, and I got him working again.
That's the value of having an expert on the case. And speaking of that, Jennifer Helin, I wanted to ask you, you work, because this is the point about seniors helping seniors, is you guys hire seniors who then go in to help seniors. That is like the whole premise behind what you do. And I was going to say, do you run into finding that either with the people that you're trying to help, that they could benefit from hearing, or maybe even sometimes does it happen occasionally with somebody that you guys are working with directly who are helping seniors?
So exactly. All of our caregivers, anybody who needs hearing aids has them, thank goodness, and are not shy about telling our customers, I have them, they work great, you really should try it. Unfortunately, we have a lot of seniors who are hesitant for whatever reason to get hearing aids, and we always encourage it. When I'm out doing assessments, I encourage it. My sister had them at 46.
Wow.
So, family history, lots of ear infections when she was a younger person, burst eardrums. But I tell them, if my sister can have them at 46, you at 76 can have them. And you would be amazed at the difference, and telling stories about her being amazed that the broom makes noise. She forgot, when you lose your hearing, you lose it a little bit at a time, and you don't realize how much you're missing until all of a sudden that came back, and she realized, I can hear myself sweep. And
wow.
There were different things that actually she was kind of annoyed by because she forgot that she couldn't hear that. So having early testing is really important.
John, I guess that you probably have like a lot of hallelujah moments when you're fitting people, right? They come in and they go, I didn't know those noises were out there.
Oh, yes. It's a lot of fun sometimes. I had a patient come in recently that said, I think something's wrong with these hearing aids because I can hear my steps.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's interesting. We always take people through an adaptation period. We'll start them out with kind of a nice, soft, pleasant frequency response, and then gradually adapt them until they can hear things like walking and broom sweeping and things that we all hear and just take for granted.
Yeah, and I was thinking too that not only is it that aspect, but I've understood that even with some of the technologies, you're even able to help adjust hearing aids like over the phone because of the technology.
Yeah, that's a new technology that fortunately was being developed just before COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And now we're real happy that they did develop it because the complex software in hearing aids requires a decent amount of technology in order to program them. But we fortunately have moved with the times and have a wireless technology and a remote technology now so that we can take somebody by the telephone as long as they have a Wi-Fi near them and get into their hearing aids and program them on the spot, which is great if they can't come in, if they're not feeling well, or they don't want to come in because of the COVID virus or whatever. We can still adjust their hearing aids, or maybe they're in an environment that's just noisy and they just can't seem to get, the right sound quality. So we can adjust the hearing aids in real time to the environment that they're in.
Yeah, it really is incredible. We're talking with John Roberts, who is Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center. You have a great team over there, and we're trying to learn a little bit about brain hearing and some of the advances on hearing technology. John, if people want to get in touch with you, maybe to make an appointment, or this has caused them to think of a question they want to ask you, what's a good number to reach you guys at Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center?
They can call us at area code 321-369-5800. 9900. Operators are standing by.
And as you said, I mean, it's absolutely free just to go in and you said even if somebody doesn't really need right away, at least you have a baseline. And so if they come back a year later, you can kind of see if everything's holding steady or if there's something that needs to be done or going on like that.
Yes, that baseline can be so important. If you're 50 years old, come in, get a hearing test, get it into the files, and then if something happens later on, we'll know what we're doing.
Yeah, I was going to ask Chris Morse, who's also in the studio with us today. Chris is Travel Center USA and also helping us on the Helping Seniors Travel Club front. You probably run into this because, you know, first of all, you and Betty are special needs certified. So you're used to helping families that are trying to travel who have kind of some special needs anyway. And then you're also experts at senior travel, which oftentimes requires a little bit of extra attention and help anyway. But do you find the hearing ends up being something that's part of that sometimes?
Yes, sometimes we find that people have a little bit of a hard time hearing, especially when you get on the ships. They're in their cabin. They don't hear the lifeboat drill buzzer, or they don't hear the speaker announcement. So they always ask, you know, how can we help? So we make sure that if we have a senior that has a special need, we take care of those needs. Wheelchairs, we have special announcement packages that we send out and deliver to the cabin for people who can't hear very well. So we try to do and cover all the areas. So when a senior books through the Helping Seniors of Brevard Travel Club, they're well taken care of.
Yeah, and that's a point I wanted to bring out. We've been talking about the Helping Seniors Foundation cruise May 30th on the beautiful MSC Divina. And I think, Jennifer, you said you'd been on that ship as well. It's a lovely ship.
I have a number of years ago. It's a beautiful ship.
Yeah, it's the Italians have this eye for design that we still always all over the world try to catch up to. They're the ones with the Ferraris and all those great looking things anyway. And they know how to do that with cruise ships as well. So it's just it's a beautiful ship, and now it's going to be home porting right here in Port Canaveral. So we have the luxury of having that ship here kind of like year round, right, Chris?
Yeah, it was really a really exciting announcement that MSC brought their beautiful ship into Port Canaveral, and it'll be here year round. And then some of the other MSC cruises, ships, I should say, will be coming in. Some of the seaside larger ships might come in and make a stop.
Good.
You can catch on and get down. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but the point I wanted to actually bring out is not only is there this time pressure about this specific amazing offer, you buy the inside cabin and get to sail in a balcony on the Helping Seniors Foundation. And the beautiful thing about it, also the way you structured the pricing and were able to negotiate with MSC, is that, you know, a lot of times when you look at a price on the internet, they give you this, like, I call it a lowball lead-in price. It says, oh, the cabin is this much. And then you click the next screen and it says, oh, but you got to pay your government taxes and fees. Then you click the next screen and it says, oh, but you need insurance, right? And then you click the next screen and it says, do you want to go ahead and prepay those gratuities, right? And so you go through all these things, and by the time you've added all that stuff together, the price looks nothing like that price that caused you to start clicking anyway. And your point is you just want to give people what it costs up front, no surprises, everything's included, enjoy your cruise.
That's what we do. We get a lot of seniors, and they call and say, Chris, I can get on a cruise ship for $199. And I said, no, you can't.
Right.
And then I say, let's go on the website together. And we go on the website, and then $199 cruise ends up to be $890.
Yeah, because by the time you count everything that's going to need to be paid, it's done. But the way you've worked it out, everything is included. Literally about the only thing that you would choose to do on your own would be, you know, alcohol and or like tour packages or something, right. But, you know, port excursions.
Yeah, port excursions, alcohol, any of the special dining that you might have to pay for is not covered. But everything else, again, insurance, the cabin, gratuities, port charges, all the taxes.
Yeah, it's really a great value. So what is the lead-in price? So when you buy the cabin on the Helping Seniors Cruise, how much is that?
The lead-in price, which is all-inclusive, is $790 per person.
Wow.
And then you get an automatic upgrade to a balcony cabin, which is normally rated at about $1,500 per person.
Yeah, I was going to say, and that is a 7-night cruise, folks. I mean, think about it. You can't probably get a hotel for that price for a week, let alone having your meals included, your transportation, all the entertainment on board. Wow, what a deal. But you do that, this was the point I really wanted to get to, was not only do you do that with this particular cruise, but any kind of vacation planning or travel planning, people should give you a call because two things. Number one, you know what you're doing, but also it's a way, did you know, that you can support the work of helping seniors because you're able to do a portion of the travel that comes back and actually helps us build this foundation.
Yeah, being the number one travel agency in Florida and the number one senior travel agency in Brevard County, we have the ear of the travel vendors. And if we say, can we do something special for the seniors and give them some special pricing, all the vendors say, yes, we'd love to help Helping Seniors of Brevard Foundation and all of the folks that support Helping Seniors. So we get very special prices. We'll match or beat any internet rate and offer some more amenities that we get from the vendors because they really want to help support the senior market, because in Florida, the senior market is very, very important to those travel vendors, especially the cruise lines.
Yeah, and I was going to say, that was actually the other thing that we talked about early on, right? If you book something on the internet and something goes awry, whatever that would be, then it's call 1-800 and stand in the queue. Operators are exceptionally busy. We will call you back in 482 hours or something like that. But here you actually have a real person. You call up, you guys are local. You call up Chris or Betty and say, hey, what do I do about this?
Right, and because we work with seniors, we're open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, because we have a large senior office also in Los Angeles, so we help and support all the seniors. So if anything should go wrong, we could probably help and support you within a half a day to a day to take care of any problems.
Yeah, so you're not on your own when you're traveling either. What's the number again to reach you about the Helping Seniors Foundation cruise on the 30th of May, or actually any other travel that you may be thinking about?
It is 321-978-5211. Again, that's 321-978-5211. And if you found yourself booking on the internet and you haven't made final payment yet and something goes wrong, give me a call. I can probably help take care of the problem and make sure you get the very lowest rate.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like we were talking about with John Roberts, when you have the ability of having somebody that really knows the ins and outs, that cares about what they're doing, then you're really able to get the help that you need, and it's the most efficient way to get things done. I was going to ask you, Jennifer Helin, as we're talking about this, there is so much on tap. I think one of our New Year's resolutions for 2021, I think universally, is we're going to have a better year than we did throughout 2020, right? And
Amen.
so we have the opportunity to go traveling. We have the opportunity to get our hearing in top shape so that we can enjoy all the things we do. And then also we have the Helping Seniors car raffle. That's coming up, Jennifer.
Which is always fun, and I'm looking forward to it again this year. Hoping to be able to drive again like we did last year. That was a lot of fun. So hopefully that will be an annual tradition.
Yeah, I was going to say there's one more date to add to the calendar. It's October 9th. That is actually the grand drawing date, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be hearing a lot about that. So real quick, we have like less than a minute, but Jennifer Helin, Seniors Helping Seniors, phone number.
321-722-2999.
And John Roberts, Palm Bay Hearing Aid Center, telephone number.
321-369-9900.
And Chris Morse from Senior Travel, Helping Seniors Travel and Travel Center USA.
That would be 321-978-5211.
All right. Well, on behalf of Joe Steckler and John Harper and Jim Votro, the entire broadcast team here, thanks for joining us for Helping Seniors Radio on today.
And thank you very much, Kerry. We appreciate it and look forward to being back with you again next Wednesday, 12 noon to 1 o'clock, right here on 90.3 FM, Helping Seniors of Brevard.